Hi, Democrats. Today is Thursday, June 9th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Thursday. Today is the big day. Today is the day that the first live hearing on the January 6th commission is going to happen. I won't get to watch it because I'll be busy doing stuff for Democrats, but watch it and enjoy it for me. I'm going to record it, but you'll see it live. Do not forget that comes on this evening on multiple channels, just not Fox or Tulsa's Channel 6, but it's coming on all over the place. Please watch that. So I want to talk about a couple of things that's kind of relevant. So yesterday, I made a big plea for you to donate to our congressional candidates. And I want to remind you of who those candidates are. In CD1, which is the Tulsa area, Tulsa, Wagner County, part of Rogers County, CD1, that's Adam Martin. CD2, which is the eastern border of the state from the top to the bottom, that's Naomi Andrews. Congressional District 3, that is the western border of the state from the top to the bottom, including the Panhandle. That's and it goes all the way over part of Oklahoma City, all the way over, Guthrie and whatnot. CD3, that's Jeremiah Ross. Congressional District 4 is Mary Brannon. Congressional District 4 encompasses all of our military installations. And so if it's somewhere near a military installation, it's likely in Congressional District 4. And Mary Brannon is our candidate there. And then Congressional District 5, which is Oklahoma City, Oklahoma County, Canadian County, parts of Logan County, Seminole County, and Pottawatomie County. Our candidate there is Joshua Harris Till. Okay, so still not too late to donate to them, but I said something to you yesterday about how the Republicans will most likely always outraise us, but we will outwork them. Let's talk about what happens to the money when it goes to that side. Now, I am not alleging that every Republican is crooked. I'm put that on record. But I want to talk about some specifics. Governor Stitt, maybe you've heard, had to pull down his most recent commercial where he's bragging about appointing, according to the Bar Association, someone who is not competent or ethical, but he bragged about appointing that person. And he had to pull that commercial down because there was an allegation that is currently being investigated. There was an allegation of campaign finance violations. Well, okay, let's look at that commercial real quick.
Kevin Stitt, a track record we can be proud of. Stitt put the state checkbook online, make government accountable. Delivered tax cuts for every Oklahoman. Pay raises for every teacher. And Stitt appointed John O'Connor, a conservative fighter, as Attorney General. Stitt and O'Connor fought Biden's vaccine mandate and won and led the fight to overturn Roe v. Wade. This is Oklahoma's turnaround.
Okay, we made some adjustments to his commercial, but the fact remains that this commercial is under investigation for violating campaign finance laws. So he had to pull that commercial. So that's just an example that's one little bitty baby example of how he's violating campaign finance laws. But I think it's big enough to mention. Then we have Ryan Walters, who, because I wanted to be sure that I wasn't putting out bad information, I literally just checked in the last 15 minutes, still hasn't filed an ethics report. So here's the thing. When you run for office, you have to be accountable for every money that you receive and every money, all the money that you receive, every penny, and every penny that you spend. And the ethics reports lets us all see it. It's all about transparency. So we know who's funding a candidate, who's behind a candidate, who's supporting a candidate, and who's giving that candidate money. Ryan Walters is the candidate for State Superintendent of Public Instruction, isn't filing ethics reports. Now, he may be doing it now, and they haven't gone live, but every day that he's late, he's being fined, and he continues to be late. That's where we are right now. And maybe it's because he's busy making car videos. I'm not really sure. But what I know is he's not filing his ethics report. So we have no idea. I mean, we have an idea, but we have no documentation about who is supporting Ryan Walters. And I have to believe, because I've seen mailers, right? I have to believe that he is receiving and spending money. Then we have Mark Wayne Mullen. He's running for Congress. No, he's running for Senate. He is a current congressional representative. Every cycle that he runs, he gets in trouble for something to do with campaign finance. And this cycle isn't any different. He hasn't gotten in trouble yet, but that's because I haven't had time. And you're going to help me, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. You've seen it. He has these commercials, and I'm not going to run them because we haven't edited them, and I'm not going to give him free airtime for his commercial. But he has commercials for his business that he is voicing, and he's saying his name. Not supposed to do that. And he's been fined for that before, but he continues to do it. And then in his campaign commercials, he is advertising his business against the rules. He's been fined for it, and he continues to do it. And you know why he does? Let me tell you why. Because who's going to hold him accountable? He did it in the last time he ran. He still got elected. So what's to make him think that he can do it now and he's still not going to get elected? He has paid the fines. We have to do the right thing, and making sure that he does not get past Kendra Horn in that election. So she hasn't asked me, and she doesn't know that I'm doing this, but I can do it because she's the only Democrat running. I need you to get out and support Kendra. I need you to get out and support candidates who believe in following the rules. We cannot let Mark Wayne Mullins basically get a promotion on our backs. We can't do it. And that's what will happen if we just let it happen. We have a viable candidate. We have a candidate that we know. We have one that that is accessible, that we can support and get past Mark Wayne Mullen. That's what needs to happen. So I dropped a little nugget yesterday by accident, and I wanted to close the loop. I mentioned that they're going to outraise us. And they're going to outraise us unless you do something about it. It's really easy. Pick a couple of candidates and donate to them. Here's the thing. People think that they can't donate because they don't have $100 to spare, or they can't donate because they don't have $1,000 to spare. I talk to candidates all the time. I raise money as part of what I do. When someone sends me $6, someone sends the party $10, someone sends the party $25, I am so grateful. So if you're watching me and you've donated $5, $6, $10, $25, do not think that it's so small that I don't care and that I don't notice. Thank you. I've talked to candidates. They appreciate every dime, because every dime helps them order the mailers, helps them pay for postage, helps them pay for a commercial if they're a candidate who needs to be on a commercial. Every dime helps. Every dime helps. Now, if you can't afford to give them money, give them your time. Give them your time. Drive them around as they door knock. Man a table at an event where they can't, where they have to be in the parade, but they can't be at the table. Walk with them in a parade. It helps for them to appear as if they have a lot of supporters. Write postcards, do phone banks. They need your help. They need your time. They need your energy. They need you sharing their social media and making sure the word gets out, and they need your money. So I said I was going to talk about that. I was going to talk about guns and COVID. So I'm going to be really quick, talk about guns. Already there is a motion on the floor to give the Supreme Court justices more coverage, more security, because of the guy who was on Justice Kavanaugh's street with intent to harm Justice Kavanaugh. I don't wish any harm to Justice Kavanaugh or any of the other 8 justices. But it's interesting how this grown man is being threatened, and we have to do something now, right? We had Tops grocery store, we had the church in Laguna Hills, we had Uvalde, Rob's Elementary, we had Taft, Oklahoma, we had St. Francis, we had 12 mass shootings over Memorial Day weekend, and it took us a couple of weeks to bring something to the floor. What they've taught us, what we have learned is where there's a will, there's a way. If they want to do something about it, they can. And as that graphic just said, our entire delegation voted against, because a bill did make it to the floor. A bill did make it to the floor to raise the age to buy an assault weapon from 18 to 21. And everybody acts like that's some big old huge imposition and some hard deal. Right now, to buy a handgun, that's where it is. But and it passed. But again, not with the help of our delegate. You guys need to know who is there representing us. They voted again. They've heard the stories. They know about the 19 victims in Uvalde. And we're going to focus on them, although people are dying all over the place. But let's focus on the doctor who said that some of those children were, the gunfire hit in such a way that some of those children were decapitated. That the teachers were found laying across the bodies of the kids because they were trying to protect the children. Let's ignore all of that, because our congressional delegation certainly did. They heard it and they still said, no. Everybody needs to be able to get whatever guns they want to get whenever they want to get them. That's what their actions said. So I want to remind you, they are all up. All 5 of them are up for re-election. All 5 of them are up for re-election. Again, they voted against raising the age of to get an assault weapon. They voted against capping insulin costs. They voted against addressing price gouging in the gas prices. They voted against the Baby Formula Emergency Act. They voted against veterans. That's who represents us. They don't have to stay there. They're all up. I'm going to remind you one more time who can replace them. Congressional District 1, Adam Martin. Congressional District 2, Naomi Andrews. Congressional District 3, Jeremiah Ross. Congressional District 4, Mary Brannon. Congressional District 5, Joshua Harris Till. Support these candidates. We can change what happens. It's embarrassing. It's frustrating. It's exhausting to have to come every day, or when I'm talking to people, I remind people every day that our entire delegation votes against decent common humanity. All righty. Thank you guys for humoring me. I'm not even going to talk about COVID. We'll talk about COVID tomorrow. Thanks for humoring me. I'll see you tomorrow at 4:15. Have a good one.